Hi, welcome to the introduction of this course. This course was put together with you in mind. Life can be quite busy, so you won't have to worry about being bombarded with course review work every single day. You can take the course at your own pace with this. Now, for this reason, you will have access to your coursework entirely, and so that will give you the time to process each lesson completely stress-free. And there's plenty of time to reflect on, and then much work to complete already in life. So we don't want to give you any more than that, right? So enjoy the steady pace of these lessons and let them enrich you. If you have any questions at all, send me a message inside the course, or you can email me at peaceismynature@gmail.com. This course, Get Happy and Transform, is a 12-step transformational healing journey that we'll walk together. Welcome to Get Happy and Transform. This is a 12-step transformational healing journey that we're going to walk together. And it's so wonderful to have you here. So hold on to your seat. Once we get started, I can promise that you will have a brand new set of tools to work with in your life. As you shed the baggage of the past, you will learn to live successfully in the present more and more. So right now, I want you to visualize yourself walking into a tall, long hallway that leads down in front of you into a large room filled with comfortable seats positioned in a circle with lots of love in the room, with others there to share the gentle space with you. I want you to see me there at the doorway, greeting and thanking you upon arrival. Then, as you walk over to your well-cushioned seat, you sit down, relaxed. Now it's time to get started. So take a moment to look around and look at the balanced atmosphere around you. What does that look like for you? Welcome. I want to welcome you and make yourself comfortable. Here we go. During this important time of healing restoration, I ask that you not criticize yourself. Do your best to give love to yourself and to be open to what comes. Instead, practice being open to whatever comes up for you as we go through along the course. It's recommended that you focus on the gift of healing that you are giving to yourself so lovingly, so thoughtfully. During this self-paced course, you can expect to work on your overall energy makeup. This includes powerful but gentle deliberate work on your aura, which is made up of the 4 areas that you know of, or 7 major chakras. This is key to overall well-being as it brings fast results. Gaining equilibrium in each of the 7 major chakras is enchanting to explore and to experience at least. So these chakras are major energy centers within the body, are an important guide as to how you feel. And these energy wheels of light are such a vital part of what you're able to manifest on the inside and on the outside of you. This is why, in turn, we will be working on the aura, which is just outside of the main 7 chakras as well. We'll use affirmations, daily journaling, regular reading, meditations, also to assist in welcoming forth overall equality in the body, which can certainly restore and enhance that peace and joy in one's life. These juicy time-tested modalities are included in this system to bring about improvement and change in the mind, body, and spirit on all levels, which will bring on multiple life patterns. It'll work on those multiple life patterns in a huge way. This includes this lifetime, but also for alternate incarnations as well. We will work on clearing and building joy in past lives, in this present life as well, to usher in more of the same into future lives also. So deep. Lastly, we'll work with the angels, our guides, plus our ancestors to really do some deep transitioning work that can stand the test of time, even after this class is completed. Let me ask if maybe you've heard of the enigma of what you say is what you get. Some of you have, while others may not have one clue as to what I'm starting with today. You see, attracting is manifesting by visualizing, willing something very strongly or very simply daydreaming. And I bet you know what daydreaming is or what dreaming is, don't you? So if you can take a moment to see from your mind by simply daydreaming at this very moment for just a second, then you'll see exactly what I'm attempting to share with you. So here we go. After years of upsets, confusion, and clouded vision, I became aware of some of my hidden talents. In my years of living, I have studied with some really great teachers, as I'm sure that you have had the pleasure of also meeting some great teachers in your life too. Teachers are of a tremendous gem to us all. The teachers I've had the experience of studying with, well, they've helped me. They've helped me to see life through many sorts of lenses. I'm learning that there's so much more to life. I have read a lot of books from various well-known practitioners of subjects that I really wanted to know about. So think about that for yourself, the type of teachers that you've had in your life and the lessons that they've helped you to see. Think about that for a moment. So as a little girl, I was taught a mixture of different degrees of love from my family plus from the world we live in. And I had to learn how to love myself after many years of being hurt, of not feeling as though I belonged anywhere. And no matter how hard I tried, I had to learn to connect with my inner truth, which has been a very teary experience. One which has taught me to love and to be there for me. Throughout my life, I felt as if I came to the planet with some hefty lessons to digest. There was just sort of a push-pull to be something for me, to be something big. What have you been pushed or pulled into feeling like you need to do or be? What has been calling to you? Think about that for you. Think about it and see, what is that for you? It has been, a huge thing. So this is, to be something big was what was coming to me. And that big thing has turned out to be there for myself, just to be myself. So that may be what it is for many of the people listening, reading this, is that the big thing that you need to be is just there for you, first of all. Be present in the space for you. Let me tell you this story though. Even as I typed this, I can laugh and even cry about it. So many roads to discovering who I am have been taken. We often find ourselves to be one of two things on our life path. We can be our greatest roadblock or supporter during our existence. Tough love. Oh my goodness. How many people know about tough love? This tough love was a huge, rough lesson, and I had to learn it over and over again. And I felt that no matter what, there is no better time to move past whatever lessons this lifetime is pushing, to see. And it's no better time to do it than right now. So it's about cutting ties with the old. There's no better time to leave behind old wounds from this lifetime and from others alike. This moment is all we really have. That's what I really came to tell you today in the introduction, is that now is all we have. And when we lighten our load, we can enjoy our life experience greater, more fully, without holding back at once, right now. We really deserve to live the life we want to, free from the hold of any and all past setbacks, lingerings, and dealings with things which no longer serve us in the present. I want to be there for you as you transform into your next greater version of yourself. And I have been at this stage of life change for a while, but I can certainly tell you plainly that I feel good about the improvements that I've been making. We live and we learn, right? Yes, we do. So as a young person, going back to when I was young, I thought I had life figured out. If you were someone who thought you had life figured out or thought you had a long ways to go, think about how that felt for you. How is that? What did you think you had figured out, and what have you learned about that? What has changed? So back then, I was taught quickly that, that wasn't the case. That when I went out on my own from my parents, fresh at the age of 17 years old, I moved out. And even though my spiritual life had been rocky, everything challenging and happy had led me to where I am right now. And I mean, I've been up and down and around and around. You know how it goes. So when you gather along the way, there's something that you come to find out, right? So what you gather along the way as you go through personal transformation is a journey from various highs and lows. And naturally, you're going to learn powerful teachings from your own invaluable life experience that will stay with you forever as tools under your belt that nobody could have taught you. Nobody could have taught you without that experience. So this is a time to embrace your journey. And I want you to feel comfortable from where you came from and to embrace that right here and right now. Or you'll come to do it. Or you may have already done it. But I want to tell you that it's all right wherever you've come from, where you've been, and where you are. Okay? So honestly, it's not easy. It's not easy going it alone. Before I knew better, I had to jump through hoops to get love for myself, I thought. And then later on in my spiritual studies, I was taught that love isn't measured in a rigid sort of way. People on earth, well, they have to learn how to love quite often because they themselves don't even know what real love feels like to even give it. How many people have you seen in this life that don't know what love is? It could be us, could be somebody we know, and they don't even know how it feels. So they run the other direction often. So I know how that feels. To not to know how love feels, and then to know how it feels, and it can hurt big time. And love, it has to come from within at some point, or one will hurt forever, never quite measuring up to anyone else's personally measured perception of what love is or isn't. It happens by default often. We can all use some healing, love, and light on our journey as a result of this. Truly, that's what this course is all about. For sure, to help give that love back in, because I work with the guides and it's necessary. We all can use it. So one day, like the day you at some point, we all will come to see that love is it just is. And it is who we are. And I learned these teachings from my parents in weird ways. Weird because I was a child still learning how to find me. So I come forth to assist because I had to do a great deal of inner work to connect with my inner strength. And I still work on myself very regularly too. So as we take a second to deliberately work on ourselves, things change. Improvements come in huge ways. Transformations, well, they happen as well. Studies have shown that personal transformation work takes time. It is said, many would agree that it's something that you learn to return to again and again for the greatest benefits. It's not always easy to see yourself with flaws and all the full display, all of that for you to see. When you see all of that on display, sometimes people don't want to deal with it. It seems too heavy. It's too much. And that's why you should give yourself a pat on the back for even showing up here for this beautiful process of going in deep. It's an honor to connect with you here, now to walk with you as you open up to release whatever isn't serving you. Let's get started. So my passion on the topic of personal transformation has brought me to a place where I learned to observe people and to love them unconditionally later down the line, honestly. And it's a lesson over and over. And it's been a journey of transformation. It's taken time to get past my childhood to feel really secure and connect with things. For so long, I really felt I had to, or I'd be bitter forever, which is not at all good for one's health or well-being. So how many of you reading, listening to this have held on to certain grievances, heavy burdens, that have felt like they're so heavy and they've been weighing you down that you really want to let go? How many of you have been going through that and feeling that way? Think about that for a minute for yourself. We're going to dive into that. We're going to work through those things. And one more thing about why I'm happy you're here. Well, growing up, I had many questions about life. I was determined to find out my purpose, and I still thought I had it figured out. And my ego was all over the place when I was younger. What a lesson that was for me to rein in it. So many young people get shocked with heavy lessons early on, and some of you know about this too, and I can tell you, I feel you. As a result of feeling very misunderstood, I felt the need to rebel, to break away to find what it meant to be me. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't help for it. I'm a number 7 life path as well, which is very personal to share. But in numerology, I'm a number 7 life path. So again, being a rebel and spiritual person who's looking for the deeper meaning of life, that's in my DNA. Okay, so I wanted to break away to find out what it was to be me, and it meant going out and figuring it out on my own. So I found something better though than simply going all the way extreme and leaving all familiar things. I didn't go into a cave or anything like that. Instead, I carved out a way to be in the world, but not completely of it. And as I started to feel my personal connection with others in an entirely different, but in a more universal way, especially through the use of meditation. That's what really saved me, is meditation. So we're going to get into that here as well. We're going to get into some meditation. And as a little girl, I wanted to know why this and that was the way it was. I felt like I needed to give back in some way, as you probably do too. And but that's all I knew. I knew I needed to give something back. So I just wanted to give, and I had to learn to balance out that giving. Also, I must admit, feeling as if we're all special in some way. I do feel that way. And I wanted to do something big to help the world. However, again, the biggest lesson so far is that I needed to be there for myself. Indeed, it appears that we're all special in our own way, just as you knew it already. And even with all the specialness that each person has, they all still have conditioning. And they've been conditioned throughout their years, as I have. And we've been living in such a way which was in and out of our control, depending on the age and the knowledge that we had access to during the time of the life intense stuff that was happening and personal teachings and conditionings. So some of you have conditionings, I have conditionings, things that we learned from other people. Some people were not the healthiest, and we picked up on it. So I bet you can feel as if you're ready for more. I bet you feel like you're ready for more. This is a huge time, and you come at the right time. So you want to spread your wings, you want to fly, you want to enjoy life fuller, lighter, and freer. You're in the right place. I feel the world wants to move on to be better than their past. I feel like that. And deep down, researchers have often pleaded a single truth. They have argued that no one wants to hold on to the past, nor does anyone really want to be completely in the present. Being in the present is an unfamiliar place. Wouldn't you agree? And then what is true is that being in the present is also so unfamiliar to us. We don't know about it. We're still learning in each moment. It's really unfamiliar and it can feel scary. So we usually feel we aren't ready. And that causes lots of issues a lot of times, because we often think about things well before we take any type of action, or we take action before we feel we're ready. Going back and forth. And so what most people want, they really want to enjoy their present right now. And it's not always easy to do this though. When you have a layer and another layer of stuff from lifetime after lifetime clinging to you, ultra heavy to bear, seeming to never quite let you go or let go of you. Feelings of sadness, anger, confusion, incompleteness, and feeling misunderstood, stuck, and unlucky come up when you hold on to so much of the past. I've done it for so long. I'm the first one in line to tell you that it's a good time to let it go. Meditation really, it gets rid of this stuff. And that's why we're doing some of this in this class, because it really works on a spiritual, physical, energetic, and etheric, and the mental plane too, which you know is so powerful. So what if you had this skill set already within your reach to draw to you the biggest scenario of a life that you can dream of? What if you already had it there? And what if you can also make that preferred dream a real life reality for you, that you can take, that you can live life, and you can also learn to thrive in? What if it was there and you could work with that and really make it happen in your life?